Hey everybody, if you're just joining, I'm going to be doing a end of workout yoga flow. All you got to do is grab a mat, grab a towel, whatever you want. This mat is kind of wet because it rained last night and I didn't bring it in, but it's cork and it'll dry. So we're going to start out in a, I was going to say child's pose, but because my mat is kind of wet, maybe not a child's pose, but I'll do a child's pose further down the mat. So child's pose, kissing your forehead to the ground, stretching your arms out and feeling that stretch in your upper body, just releasing any of that. If you did some working out or some lifting or any of that, it's going to release it, or it's just going to force you to kiss your forehead to the ground. When you are touching your forehead to the ground, just think of releasing any tension in your mind and body and just being present here. Then slowly rise up into cat and cow, and you're going to lift your head up toward the sky and then tuck it under, lift it up, tuck it under, and just really going through releasing. When you're going tucking under and lifting up, you just think of releasing anything in your body and waking up your body to this movement. Then we're going to thread the needle. So you're going to lift your right arm high and then you're going to tuck it under. And then lift your left arm high with it. And then after you lift it back, do the other side. Lift your left arm high and then tuck it under. Sometimes you'll feel a crack in your lower back. And this is just going to stretch out either side. And then you're going to get back down to cat and cow. And then you're going to do a bear pose. Get on your tippy toes, lift your knees up off the ground and hover. This is going to wake up your ab area and just wake up your upper back area, and just hold it for about 30 seconds. And just feeling it in your core. And then release. And then from here, I'm going to go into a plank. So just holding yourself level, making sure you could set a glass on your back without it spilling. Just holding it here. Make sure you're all in alignment, waking up your body. And then to downward dog. Walk your feet in and just walk it out. Just feel it in your legs. Just release any of the breath work you were holding in. And then walk your hands back. Half lift. Forward fold. Stand tall. Side bend to the right. You can even stretch out that left leg. And then center. Stand on your tippy toes. And then side bend to the left. And then you can stretch it out on that side also. And then back to center. Clasp your hands behind your back. Look up toward the sky. Forward fold. Just release any of that tension. And then from here, you're going to put your left hand down. Tilt your right hand toward the sky. Gaze follows. You can have a slight bend in your left leg. And then you're going to switch sides and do it toward the other side and feel a twist in your lower back. Left hand toward the sky. And then we're going to walk it out to a high plank. Again, we're going to hold the high plank for a moment and just staying here, regrounding ourselves. And if you want, you can do a vinyasa. I don't really do push-ups as much anymore. And then you're going to walk your feet back in to go to the downward dog. Just really feeling it. One thing I truly love and value about yoga is how it connects the mind and the body. So what it really does is you're releasing all of that energy, what doesn't serve you, every time you make a movement, and your body is letting go of that negativity, that unnecessary stuff that you're storing within you. And, you know, it sounds kind of funny when you think about it, but it's really reality. It's really releasing this through movement, because we store energy in our body, And make no mistake, that energy builds up, and then we have tension, and then our lymphatic system needs drainage, and then we need to figure out how do we detoxify ourselves with all the toxic energy in our life. How do we really eliminate this? I mean, it can kind of be challenging to figure out how we can eliminate this. So yoga helps with that. So back to the plank after doing the side bends. And then back to the downward dog. Walk your feet in. Feel the stretch go back, doing the steps to feel it on either side of your body. You can even sway side to side. From here, I'm going to go into a side plank. You're going to stack both your feet. You can even do this. Bend your right foot, put it on top of your left, and, you know, if you follow it, of course, get back in. And then switch sides and do the core on the other side. Lift your left foot on top of your right leg. Lift your left arm high. And you know, you're not going to be perfect each time. So every day our body is in a different mode. We're not going to be perfect every day. And I think that's what we got to accept about ourselves. And then from here, we're going to go into a squat just to kind of stretch your inner thighs out. Now, if you sit at a desk all day, if you're stagnant all day, this pose is so amazing, let me tell you. It's just very intuitive. It gets the muscles stretched out because your hamstrings are probably tight from sitting at a desk all day. Now, you don't even need workout apparel to do the yoga. You can just do it while you're at your desk. You can just crouch down. Obviously, it might look weird if you're in an office, but weird is fun. So, anyways, I'm going to stretch from side to side, and I'm going to go from here into an inversion. Of course, if you want to do any inversion or anything that's in your practice to skip the inversion, you can feel free to do that. I like doing the inversion because it's great, and it's challenging, and it's intentional. And I feel like it really stretches out my back. So if you want to try an inversion of any type in your practice, feel free to go ahead. Now from here, I'm going to turn the mat sideways so you can see what I'm doing for these next few poses. So I'm going to stand at the top of my mat, and I'm going to point my right leg toward the side. And this is kind of like an extra step from what I did yesterday for the yoga move of the day. My right hand is on my right leg. My left arm is overhead like a swim stroke. And I am going to connect both my hands underneath my right leg. Gaze toward the sky, and I'm going to feel this stretch. Now, if you want to take this one step further, you can lift up your right leg. A towel helps for birds of paradise. And then you can release. Granted, it helps to have a good bind. So, from here, if you want to try it again, your right leg on your right thigh, left arm overhead, and you're going to clasp your hands underneath and lift your right leg up, birds of paradise. And then release. Reground through the center, and then we're going to do it on the other side. Give yourself a moment, and then you're going to point your left leg toward the left side of your mat. Your left arm is going to go on this side, right arm overhead like a swim stroke, and then what you're going to do is you're going to tuck this hand underneath. One side will feel different than the other. Nobody has perfect anatomy, and if they do, that's freaking wild. And then you're going to lift your left leg up toward the sky, or if you're still working on the right leg, either way. One side will feel easier than the other for sure. And I think this is probably because my right leg is stronger. Now don't break your back or twist yourself or pull a muscle trying to do this crazy move, because you still get value out of it doing this or doing this. So don't feel like you got to break your back trying it. Now back to forward fold, and then from here I'm gonna go into like a frog pose stretch. Now this might sound kind of crazy, but this stretches your inner thighs out. Now if you haven't done this pose before and you're like, what in the world, it is really great for hip area. You might not be able to go as low the first time that you try it, but I promise you, you keep trying or working at this, this will release something in your body eventually every time you go to try it out. It's great, like it's like the lunge and the hip opener. It's really intentional. So kind of hold this pose for a few moments. It's very beneficial for you, I promise. I'm actually surprised I'm able to be outside right now. I'm in North Carolina and it's another week of a heat wave, which is pretty freaking crazy because I don't recall having this many heat waves for as long as I've lived here, which has been over a decade. But anyways, when you get back up, give yourself some time to get back into the just releasing everything in your body. Don't just jump to the next move, because yoga is about, you know, intention and uniting your body with yourself. So for this one, it's called deer pose. So you're going to put your right leg in, your left leg is going to be bent behind you, and then you're going to lean over. Now feel this stretch in your right hip. Obviously you're only going to be able to go as far as your body allows you. So don't kill yourself trying to do this. Only go as far as what your body intends to. Feel the stretch in your right hip or whatever way you're leaning toward. And just stay in this pose for a moment because it feels amazing. And if it doesn't feel amazing, I'm sure the next time that you do it, you know, persistence is key, and being consistent with it and disciplining yourself. And that's with anything in life, I think, you know, you have to be consistent and persistent to get the results. You can't expect to do one workout, to do one yoga thing and feel incredible all the time. Now we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Left leg in, your right leg behind like this. It's deer pose on the left side. Thanks guys for liking the post and for the gift. I appreciate it. Then you're gonna lean forward over it. Obviously, if you want to be intentional, reach your arms overhead and lean straight over it. And just really, really feel it in your body. Sometimes these poses take time, so you can't rush things. And I'll be the first person to admit that I am really impatient. And I'll just say I probably blame my kids for that, but nah, I don't even remember if I was patient before my kids, to be honest. But anyways, so you're in this deer pose, feeling it out, release everything too, and if there's an area you can soften yourself in, really soften yourself in that area, because that's what it's about, releasing tension in your body. Now from here, we're gonna go onto our back, and then first of all, I'm gonna do like a bridge pose, and then I'm just gonna hold it here. You can clasp your hands underneath your back to feel like you're lifting it more, which will give you more ability to grip it. And I feel like this pose feels so freaking good. I don't know about you, but my lower back needed the stretch. Now, this is King's Chair. So you're gonna put your right leg over your left thigh, and then you're gonna lean over, and then you're gonna turn your head to the right, and it's gonna be like kind of like a twist in your stomach, and you know, your hands can be overhead like a butterfly, and you're looking toward the right, and it's like this perfect twist, but it feels so good. Now don't freak out if you can't put this right leg completely down or you can only go so far. Because if it's your first time doing it or you haven't done it in a while, your body is going to tell you when to stop. So just go as far as you can, but you're still going to get the benefits from it, I promise. Okay, and then we're going to switch and do the other side. So you're going to put your left leg over your right thigh, and you're going to do the king's chair on the other side with your head looking toward the left. Now, my neck is a little tight, so looking toward the left feels kind of weird, but that doesn't mean anything bad. It just means it's tight. We need to release tension. And you don't even have to turn your head all the way to the side to get the benefit. So, a fun fact, you can always do these yoga moves on your own at the end of the day before you go to bed to feel stretched out, to feel intentional. You can do it as a meditation. You can put on music. It's actually very beneficial. So now I'm going to lift my legs overhead. Just feel the stretch. And honestly, I'm going to do a shoulder stand. And from shoulder stand, if you want to, you can go into Karmasana or snail pose, where you grab your legs overhead like this and you go all the way back. And that's like a good like upper body back stretch type of deal. But from here, next pose I'm going to do is a butterfly pose. So you're going to open up your legs like a book and just be straight with your back and then lean forward like this. Now, give it some time to work in your legs. It's going to feel tight. It's going to feel sore, but just give it time. I think what yoga does a good job of is teaching patience, teaching purpose and intention, meaning every move that you make or every possibility that you have to do a movement is time that you can connect with yourself, your mind, and your body, and being intentional with it. And I know we as humans have this crazy ability to lose the intention and the purpose in life, and we get strayed by all the chaos in society and reality, because let's face it, reality is fast moving. But we have to be intentional and we have to reset our mind, and yoga does a really good job with doing that. So anyways, this concludes my yoga practice. I am going to do a yoga pose of the day later or in a little bit, so keep an eye out for that. But thank you for joining. I also have a YouTube channel, Facebook, and an Instagram. My name on YouTube is Fawn Thayer. So feel free to follow me there as well, and I appreciate y'all joining and liking it.